Jason, Richard and Mark Quinn were three brothers killed by the Ulster Volunteer Force in a firebomb attack on the home in Ballymoney, County Antrim, Northern Ireland on 12 July 1998. Towards the end of the three-decade period known as the Troubles. Background: the Quinn family, consisting of mother Chrissy and sons Richard, Mark and Jason, lived in the Carnony estate in the predominantly Protestant town of Ballymoney. The family was of a mixed religious background. Mother Chrissy was Roman Catholic from a mixed background, and the boy's father, Jim Dillon, was Catholic. After separating from her estranged husband, Chrissy reared the boys as Protestant to avoid the hassle. Chrissy lived with her Protestant partner Raymond Craig in Carnony, which had only a few Catholic residents and was mostly Protestant, reflecting the religious makeup of Ballymoney itself. The boys, aged 9, 10 and 11, attended a local state school and on the evening before their deaths had been helping to build the estate's 11th night Loyalist bonfire. A fourth brother, Lee, was staying with his grandmother in Rasharkin at the time of the attack. The killings took place at the height of the standoff over the Orange Order March at Drumcree, which created a tense atmosphere in various towns across Northern Ireland. In Ballymoney, the previous year, and off-duty Royal Ulster Constabulary officer Gregory Taylor was beaten to death by a group of Loyalist bandsmen. The killing followed a row about the RUC's position after Loyal Order marchers had been banned from the nearby nationalist village of Dunloy. In the weeks before the fatal attack, the children's mother Chrissy had expressed fear that she wasn't welcome in the area and that there was a possibility the family home might be attacked by Loyalists. The Ballymoney Times reported a story the week of the deaths, stating that a resident of the Carnony estate called in and was concerned about tension in the area, adding something serious might happen unless Catholic residents were left alone. Various members of Chrissy's family had lived in Carnony, but due to several incidents only Chrissy and her sons remained. The family had only been living in the home, which was previously occupied by the boy's aunt, for 6 days before the attack. The attack occurred at around 4:30 in the morning as the inhabitants of the house slept. A car containing members of the Ulster Volunteer Force, a loyalist paramilitary organization, arrived at the house and threw petrol bomb through a window at the rear of the house. The petrol bomb was made from a whiskey bottle. The sounds of the boys shouting had woken the mother, who found her bedroom full of smoke. Chrissy Quinn, Raymond Craig and a family friend Christina Archibald escaped the resulting fire with minor injuries. Chrissy had thought the boys had escaped the fire as she couldn't locate them in the dense smoke before she jumped to safety from a first-floor window. 2 of the brothers' bodies were found in the mother's bedroom and the other in another bedroom. Chrissy was taken to hospital and released the next day after receiving minor injuries and shock in the attack. Reaction: the MP for the area, Drive, Ian Paisley, visited the site of the attack and described the killings as diabolical, repugnant, and it stained Protestantism. However, in an interview with ITN he stated that the IRA have carried out worse murders than we had in Ballymoney over and over again. Then British Prime Minister Tony Blair denounced the attack as an act of barbarism. Reaction from America was also noted as United States President Bill Clinton extended the condolences of the American people to the Quinn family. Massachusetts Senator Edward Kennedy condemned the killings and stated, "The Orange Order must recognize that its refusal to abide by the decision of the Parades Commission led to the murder of the Quinn boys." New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani extended sympathy to the family from the city of New York. Representatives of other groups from all sides of the constitutional issue in Northern Ireland also condemned the killings. The then Chelsea FC chairman, Ken Bates, offered a £100,000 reward for information leading to a conviction for the attackers. At the brothers' requiem mass, the Bishop of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Down and Connaught Walsh observed that for all too long the airwaves and the printed page have been saturated with noises, strident, harsh, discordant noises, carrying words of hatred, of incitement, of recrimination, words not found in the vocabulary of Christianity. But the time for words is over. It's now time for silence, a silence in which we will hear the voice of God. Irish Taoiseach Bertie Ahern attended a memorial mass in Dublin for the children. The Progressive Unionist Party, which has political links to the UVF, made no comment that the UVF was implicated in the attack. Conviction of Garfield Gilmore. Garfield Gilmore, a local loyalist, was found guilty of murder for his part in the attack and sentenced to life imprisonment in October 1999. He had driven the car which had transported the UVF unit containing Johnny Mackay, brothers Raymond and Ivan Park to the Quinn home. Gilmore was described at his trial as a hard-working, farm machinery salesman who came from a middle-class background who was unwillingly part of the attack which killed the Quinn brothers. The judge described Gilmore as an accomplished liar. Gilmore and his girlfriend Christina Lofthouse alleged that an uncle of the Quinn boys, Colm Quinn, had approached the daughter offering her a sweet, knowing it was a small piece of cannabis. Colm Quinn confirmed that the couple had made allegations against him previously that he was a drug dealer. He then had to flee the Carnany estate. However, returning to his old house 3 months before the fatal attack on his nephews, Quinn claimed he was confronted by Gilmore again and was warned he was going to be sorted out. The Orange Order released a press statement a year after the attack, stating, "According to today's judgment, the murders were a combination of a sectarian attack by the UVF and a personal grudge between Gilmore and the uncle of the 3 boys, and voiced the order's absolute commitment to ensuring that justice is done for the family." Gilmore had named the 3 alleged petrol bombers he had driven to the Quinn family home, but these men were never charged due to a lack of concrete evidence. Gilmore's conviction for murder was reduced to manslaughter on appeal on the 5th of June 2000 and he was released 6 years later. 9 days later, his life sentence was replaced by a fixed prison sentence of 14 years. After being released from hospital, Chrissy Quinn returned to her mother's native Rasharkin to live and decided to have the boys buried there. The boys were buried 2 days later in St. Mary's Cemetery in Rasharkin after Requiem Mass. Thousands of both Catholics and Protestants attended the funeral. A number of loyalist bands defied RUC requests not to play music while marching past the boys' mother's house in the days after the killings. In April 1999, the former home of the boys in Carnany Park was demolished and replaced with a children's play park as a memorial. An uncle of the boys, Frankie Quinn, appeared in court in 2007 accused of stabbing Garfield Gilmore in Ballymoney. Quinn was successful in an application for bail.